Sinn Fein is the only party in these islands to operate on both sides of the border, and as you point out, is likely to be in control north and south. And I loathe the IRA as much as you do, but I don't think Sinn Fein are stupid, and they're opportunists. And it is, I think, undeniable that there has certainly been an implosion in unionist confidence about its identity. And I don't blame that entirely on Ulster loyalists. I think the British government, by basically creating a united Ireland on the trade front, bears a large part of responsibility for that.
Well, that's brought it back into focus for a lot of people, but the fact is that the 1998 agreement pretty much made it plain. John Major had made it plain in his great no selfish remaining interests statement of some years before. Pretty much made it plain that the people who call themselves loyalists in Northern Ireland increasingly find that the country to which they wish to be loyal doesn't want to have them. It doesn't want their loyalty. The British establishment has long wanted to get rid of Northern Ireland. It's expensive, it's complicated, it's difficult, and they face an awful lot of pressure from outside. I imagine strongly from the European Union. I know for certain from the United States to find some way of handing over. And what I find distressing about this is if you talk about it with any kind of frankness, immediately you enter into this dreadful sectarian one side or the other football United versus City football team stuff where because you don't like Sinn Fein, people assume you're a member of the Orange Order. I actually think that the British government should have granted home rule to Ireland before 1914. I think the mishandling of that and the terrible mishandling of the Easter Rising and the execution of the leaders, disastrous policies, which been very foolish. And the neglect of Northern Ireland during the post-war period was also a great shame. But I think there have always been plenty of peaceful, law-abiding people in Northern Ireland who believe in Irish nationalism, who sought a peaceful path to some sort of sensible compromise. And what this agreement did was it pushed them to one side. It also pushed to one side the peaceful and democratic unionists and gave much more of a voice to those who, how shall I put it, are not wholly separate from the rougher strands of unionism. So it basically was a slap in the face for peaceful and constitutional parties. And that's what I really dislike about it, that it will lead, well, I think it will eventually lead to the reunification of Ireland, but under very, very distressing circumstances, in that it will be the first change of a border in Western Europe as a result of violence since 1945. I don't think that's a big thing to put on your CV.